Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, sampler V series V's I do for the line. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I am presently in a parking lot, so if you see me occasionally avert my gaze, that's just because I'm watching somebody make their way into the parking lot. And, you know, my brain is set for movement. It's like T-Rex from the movie Jurassic Park, but not T-Rexes in real life, because that's not at all how their vision worked, and actually they had extremely good vision. And if you try to get away with that shit like they did in Jurassic Park, you're gonna die. Which would be, I mean, it's Tyrannosaurus Rex. You're gonna die anyway. Just, you know, I say if you're gonna go over there and deal with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're gonna die. Might as well just freaking pull up the fisticuffs and just, might as well. You're not gonna do any better running. I'm not anyway. But anyway, I'm inside my truck. I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically when those two things coincide, folks, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's definitely the case today, albeit there was a bit of an intention today. It wasn't a random find. But let's get into it. What is it that I'm trying for y'all today, folks? Why was there an intention? What are we doing? Well, I just got through doing a review for, boom, it's a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. You can see it right there. And typically speaking, if I go over there and I get a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe, because I've reviewed a number of their items, I'm not just going to get a smoothie. I'm going to get something off their food items. Now, I specifically came for the smoothie because I was just, had a night at work. Wasn't horrible, but it was enough that it was like, bleh, I just wanted to be done and, you know, wanted to get out of there. Smoothie was going to make me happy, and I was like, if I'm going to be here anyway, might as well grab a food item. So what food item did I grab? Those are chips. That's not the food item. I just got those for free because, you know, it's part of the deal. Well, folks, it's boom, it's this. Specifically, let's take the thing. What did I do with the thing? There it is. What is this, folks? Well, this is their brand new. This is like their mango month. So everything is mango themed for like their new items. This is their mango bacon brie flatbread. Cost me $7.99 for the flatbread, plus some a choice of side. I got some jalapeno chips. It consists of grilled chicken, bacon, brie, spinach, and a tomato and mango mustard sauce on a toasted flatbread. It sounds really interesting, especially that tomato and mango mustard sauce. Like, okay. So let's open it up, let's take a look, let's give it a shot. Unless I suddenly become allergic to mangoes or some shit, it ain't gonna kill me, so go ahead, let's take it out. Let's see if we can't get a decent picture for the old thumbnail. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's give it a go. That took a little doing. That's tasty and weird. That's exactly what this show is built on. The mustard, the tomato and mango mustard sauce, has got to be one of the weirdest things that I've ever had. Especially like as a sauce. Because part of me wanted to think that it would just be like this extra tangy kind of tropical mustard sauce. But it's not. It kind of is. Okay, to be fair, it kind of is. And it actually does have a nice hit of mango. But only at the very beginning. Once that initial hit of mango dials back, it has kind of a fruitiness. But it's a fruitiness that's evocative of something. And for me, what it's evocative of is banana. it kind of tastes like banana sauce. And I've never had banana sauce on anything. Oh, I'm as juvenile as I want to be. But, yeah, no, like, it's got, like, a fruity aspect to it, and then, like, but it doesn't really have, like, a heat from, like, a mustard. There's, like, a little tanginess. But, yeah, it's, like, it's weird, and it kind of tastes like banana. It just tastes like an extra fruity banana sauce. I really like that. Everything else works really nicely. It's very cheesy with the brie. The brie still manages to stand out against the mustard sauce. Grilled chicken is good. I don't have any problem with it. Tastes nice and chickeny. You get a decent amount of it too. Definitely the weakest element. Oh, and there's just flat out tomatoes in here too, so. Flat out the weakest element in here is the bacon. It's definitely adding a little something to it, like a little extra kind of salty, savory kick, but the other flavors are kind of so prominent, it's not doing a lot. Yeah. Ooh, that brie is really good. It's really punchy. And the only thing that lets this down is the bacon. I think maybe a little bit thicker bacon, a little extra crispiness to it, not only would have gone over there, amped up that extra saltiness, that extra savoriness, I think on top of that, it would have created a nice kind of contrast of textures because you would have had like that crunch to kind of go along with it. Whereas everything as it is, I mean, there's a little bite to it, you know, like when you bite into it. But for the most part, it's a fairly mushy affair. And I don't mean that in like an outright bad way. But again, you know, texture is part of the eating experience too. I'm going to eat this whole damn thing, so. I really like that though. Like, it's really flavorful. It's got a lot of weird things going on that I really like. Like, when it comes to like fruit and pairing it with, you know, like proteins and stuff, I feel like, at least here in the West, or, you know, at least America, it's one of those things where like we're slowly adapting to it. You know, more and more, like I am seeing places, especially like artisanal places that are like, you know, trying to go over there and add these things together. Because they can work really well. They don't always. But there's just a little bit of a bite from the mustard. That is, I really like that a lot, man. It's very flavorful. It's got a nice freshness to it. I think, especially for being something I could get at 7:30 a.m., if I'm comparing that against most fast food options, like the closest thing I could say to this would be like the, I don't even think they have it anymore. I know they still have at Dunkin', they have like the avocado toast, which is decent, but for a while, they had a variation of it where you could go over there, you could get like, it was like avocado toast with roasted peppers and stuff, and like that was really, really good. That kind of was like about as close as I could come to this, because the rest of the stuff, you know, it's typical, you know, fast food breakfast fare, which is fine. I certainly make use of it, but This, that's good. 2 questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely. And yes, kind of. I would not only get this again, I will get this again, for sure. I typically, when I go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, a lot of times I take the advantage of being able to review things. So I'll usually get a couple of unfamiliar things, a smoothie and a food item. This is one of those things where, especially with this being a limited time item, it's only available, I don't know if it's monthly or bi-monthly or whatever, I will definitely be back to try this again because I really enjoyed it. It did a lot of things that I really love. It was fresh and vibrant and tasty and weird, and it made me think, and I liked it. Recommending it to other people, though, that's a little bit harder. I like weird. I like complicated food. I like things that can go over there and, like I said, makes my brain kind of start turning a little bit. It's part of the reason why I like doing these reviews. Not everybody is like that. If you are a more simple flavors type of person, and I'm not shitting on you, I'm not saying that, that makes your palate or your experiences any less legitimate than mine. But there's a difference there. If you're not into the idea of some of what I described, I wouldn't go for it. Because as much as I would love for this thing to really take off and become a national-wide item, because I really, really like it, I know it's just not going to be that thing. It's going to be off-putting for some people. But I think if you're curious, go over there, just, engage that curiosity, because I do think there's something to it. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of today's spectacular rest week, monumental rest month, spend this rest of here, folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly engaging curiosity the rest of your life, because, folks, it's important to engage your curiosity. I'm not saying you gotta do it all the time, but let me tell you, folks, I work with some awesome people, okay? Whether it's on my shift or the shift before or the shift after, some excellent people. Some of them are extremely smart, and it's just there are times when I'm dumbfounded at how much more capable they are than I am when it comes to certain things, their ability to notice stuff and what have you. But I am equally dumbfounded sometimes when these very same people who are extremely capable and very intelligent, and again, I'm not, just sometimes, they will just not engage that part of their brain, and and it's you could have saved yourself so much hassle if you'd taken 2 seconds to just be I wonder if, instead of just dealing with it. And don't get me wrong, that's not me shitting on anybody or anything like that, because I'm certainly guilty of it too, but I like to engage the curiosity. Anyway, final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing to do in the world. Trust me, life can be very frustrating, very stressful. Like I said, my night at work was frustrating and stressful, though not because anybody didn't engage their curiosity. It seemed like it at first. When I started the night off, I was like, if you assholes, if the reason why things aren't working is because you guys couldn't be fucked to go over there and take 10 minutes out of your day. But it turned out that wasn't the case, and I couldn't fix it, and, eventually we had maintenance come in and they fixed it, because they're super smart and they're paid to fix that stuff. I'm just a lowly floor worker. But it is important when we run into situations that are stressful, frustrating, etc. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. That's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to do. If you go over there and you're like myself and you work with fantastic people who are smart and, extremely capable, I'm not saying make a thing out of it, but, when you can, just push them a little bit, not physically, but just, go over there, create, don't create them, but if you run into those scenarios, try to bring them into things. One of the things I do, I train a lot of people at work, and I always, whenever I'm training new people, I try to engage with them. I try to, keep them part of the conversation instead of just giving them the answers. I want them to think. Thinking is good. More people need to think. Think more! Do what I say. Or conversely, you know what, just do that. Seriously, think more. It's a good thing. Bye.